Electric cars have been becoming increasingly popular in the last few years, and the most well-known amongst them being the Tesla. While the Tesla is not the worst car on the market, there are many electric or hybrid cars that get you more bang for your buck, or even more bang for less of your buck. Join us as we take a look at some electric and hybrid cars that will serve you very well. To start things off, let's discuss the 2022 Toyota RAV4. The newest model of the RAV4 was released in the middle of December 2021, and it can be purchased for half the money that it would take to buy a Tesla Model 3. This vehicle is a crossover, which is a vehicle that doesn't only have the futuristics of one type of car, but instead combines many of the characteristics seen in cars. The newest version of the RAV4 has a much more modern interior design than it did when it was released in the 90s. Like many vehicles released today, the RAV4 comes equipped with a safe and easy-to-use touchscreen system in the dashboard. On the outside of the car, the vehicle has a parking camera. When usually purchased on a lot, the vehicle comes as a front-wheel drive car, but for people who aren't too fond of a front-wheel drive, next, let's talk about the 2022 Honda Accord Hybrid. Honda is one of the most known car brands, and the Accord is one of the most known variations of the brand. The Honda Accord has been around for over 40 years, and in those 40 years, it's changed in ways that seemed unachievable at the time of its release. At over $10,000 cheaper than the Model 3, the car comes with many safety features, like its collision mitigation braking system, as well as its lane keeping assist system. The Honda Accord Hybrid is one of the greatest family cars available on the market. This sedan is offered up as a front-wheel drive and has the usual 5 seats, making it perfect for car rides with the whole family. It comes equipped with a 16.7 cubic foot trunk, making it perfect for holding your family's gear for camping trips. Now, let's talk about Toyota Camry Hybrid. Toyota, like Honda, is another widely known car brand that has been around for many years. The Toyota Camry released its first model in 1983, almost 40 years ago. And now, in 2023, the cars are still alive and well. Hybrids are always good for the environment with how they reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The Camry Hybrid is no different than the other hybrids. The Toyota Camry hybrids are a great car for people who are environmentally cautious. A study showed that Toyota hybrids have saved over 1.5 million trips around the world worth of gasoline. This car, like the others, is also a very safe vehicle that comes equipped with many safety features. Features that earn the car an Insurance Institute for Highway Safety Award Top Safety Pick Award. Moving on, let's discuss the Lexus UX. Lexus is a car brand known for producing luxury vehicles. Luxury cars are nicer than the usual cars on the market, so by default, they're more expensive. While the Lexus is more expensive than most of the other hybrid cars on the market, it's still almost $10,000 cheaper than the Model 3. This front-wheel drive car is one that's relatively new to the hybrid world, being released in 2018. This hybrid vehicle is powered by 180 horsepower with a 4-cylinder hybrid powertrain. The car is most times bought as a front-wheel drive, but has an option to be purchased in all-wheel drive standards. The car does take a bit of time to get fully powered up, going from 0 to 60 in 100 miles per hour in 8.6 seconds. For the last hybrid car, let's talk about 2022 Toyota Prius. By far, one of the most known hybrid cars, the Prius was released over 20 years ago in Japan and released in the United States 3 years later in 2000. The Prius was groundbreaking when it was released, as it was the first hybrid car to hit the market. The car did so well that 25 years after its release, the car is still one of the most seen cars on the road. The Prius is one of the most fuel-efficient and safe for the environment cars that you can buy. Some would even argue that the Prius is the most environmentally safe car around. The Prius also offers a very large amount of trunk space. The average amount of trunk space that a Prius can hold is 27.4 cubic feet, but it can oftentimes be expanded to over 60 cubic feet. Switching sides, let's talk about the Mini Cooper SE Hardtop. The Mini Cooper is another one of the most seen cars on the road, coming at only $10,000 cheaper than the Model 3. The Mini Cooper SE is a 4-door hatchback that's not a car for speed racers to drive. The Mini Cooper is a safe and reliable family car, a car that comes equipped with a set speed limit of just 93 miles per hour. The car goes from 0 to 100 miles in a time of 7.3 seconds. The battery of the car takes less than 3 hours to fully charge, which isn't as long as a hybrid takes, by an hour or two. The Mini Cooper SE is a compact car, which means that thanks to its small size, this 2-door car can fit into parking spaces that most sedans cannot. Let's go ahead and talk about the Hyundai Ioniq 5. The Ioniq 5 is a compact SUV that's set to be released by Hyundai sometime in the next year. While we haven't seen the Ioniq 5 in action, we've seen other variations of the Ioniq car. Based on how most cars, including the Ioniq, do things, we can assume that the car will not vary much from its predecessor. This is not to say that the car will not be updated and tweaked to fit more current technological standards. The car comes equipped with safety measures such as the forward collision avoidance, which comes with included pedestrian detection as well as lane keeping assist. These two safety features will forcefully stop and adjust your car on the road to fully avoid preventable accidents. The car also comes equipped with paddle shifters, making it safer and easier to shift gears. Let's move on to the Ford Mustang Mach-E. This car car is cheaper than the Model 3, but only by around $3,000. The Ford Mustang Mach-E comes with a frunk, which is a shorter way of saying a front trunk. Unlike regular trunks, the frunk can do more than just hold your junk that can't fit in the car with you. Aside from holding said junk, the frunk has plastic lining under the hood so you can keep drinks and even ice in there, and they'll keep cool as you drive on. The Mach-E also comes with driver profiles, which means that each person who gets into the car can simply press a button and have their seat moved exactly the way they like it. No more wasting your time trying to adjust your seat exactly how you like it after the family takes it for a spin. Before we get to the last electric car, let's talk about the Kia EV6. This car is another on the pricier side, but it's still cheaper than the Model 3 by about $5,000. The Kia comes equipped with what's referred to as augmented reality heads-up display. A normal heads-up will usually appear on the touchscreen of your car, but that's not the case with the Kia EV6. The EV6 will put an image on the windshield showing you exactly where you need to turn on the street, making it nearly impossible to miss a turn when following GPS directions. The Kia also has a curved driver display. The driver display wraps around and offers what is essentially two touchscreen displays. If you have trouble reading what the touchscreen is telling you while you're driving, this is perfect for you and will eradicate the problem completely. Finally, let's talk about our last electric car, the Chevrolet Bolt EV. First released back in 2016, the Bolt EV has been a widely purchased electric car. Starting at $10,000 cheaper than the Model 3, the Chevy Bolt EV comes equipped with a plethora of amazing features, such as the 250-plus mile range it has on it. Its engine can produce up to 200 horsepower. The car offers a 17 cubic feet trunk area, which can be expanded to 57 cubic feet when the rear seats are put down. The real spacious pros come from the cabin. While it may be a compact crossover, the car has an incredible amount of space available in the cabin. The Bolt EV holds 5 people, so you and your family can take a long road trip and not have to worry about you or your family being uncomfortable. The Tesla is one of the most known electric cars available, but it's not your only option at all. Save yourself some money and look into these better and more affordable options. Do you drive any of these cars? How do you like them? Let us know down below.